What's going on, and welcome back to another video. So today I would like to go over the company or the stock Tesla and my outlook for this stock for the end of this year, going into early next year, and where I personally will be trying to purchase this stock. So you see, as of today's close, Tesla closed at $295.88, and to keep it pretty brief, I believe Tesla will drop back down to around this 270.78 level. And if you zoom in a little bit, you'll see here it has been respected 3 times here. So I'm expecting no different there. I believe this price is a pretty pivotal price for this stock going into the end of the year, because I believe if this thing drops under this 270, it could potentially drop back down to April lows, possibly even lower. So I actually, like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and purchase both calls and shares, but I actually will be purchasing calls and shares on the leverage ticker, which is TSLL. And if you see, that would be just around this $8 range. And going back over to the regular stock here, I have 2 targets in mind that I could potentially see happening before the end of this year. And from my ideal entry level going to where the year open, you'll see at $390. This could potentially pay you just over 44% on the regular stock, and then the all-time high target, which is 80%. So if you go back over to the leveraged, you'll see this is roughly around where I'll enter there. Your open price, you'll make just over 191%. And then my other target, which again is the all-time high, you see that would net you just over 361%. And as I mentioned, I will be purchasing both calls and shares. And as far as the calls go, I'm currently looking at these 14 or somewhere like 14 through 16 calls, March of 2026, just to try to catch this entire move. Even though, as I mentioned, I could potentially see this playing out by the end of the year, but I did want to do those expirations just to buy myself a little bit more time. And I actually did some research on those contracts, and if it gets back above this $25 range at any point in time, those contracts will be worth over 400% ROI, and then up here it's upwards to around 600%. So I did want to, and that one last thing before I end this video off, I believe this setup is pretty similar to Google. So if I go to split screen really quick and go to Google's daily time frame, you see pretty much the same thing here, where it had this EMA retest, but most importantly, it retested the low of these 2 daily red candles. So you see here, I have those marked off at 162, and then the lowest being 162.19. And you'll see it drop all the way back down there, and it respected that price and then pushed it back up to where it sold off from. So as I mentioned, Tesla has those 2 wicks at 273.21, and then the lowest being 270.78. So from here, I could see Tesla immediately going back to at least $350 from there. So that's pretty much all for this video. And as always, I'm open to hearing you guys' opinion on the videos that I do on the videos that I do videos about stocks of. And as always, stay safe.